What's up, everyone? It is episode 200 of Ask a Life Coach, hence the silly crown that I am wearing on your behalf to thank you. You are the real royalty here for making this all possible. To celebrate, we're doing something a little bit different. I have 5 questions in the basket that are all about Ask a Life Coach itself. So let's draw them and see what is up. What's the hardest part about answering on the fly? Wheels are turning. Yeah, I would say obviously just not knowing what's coming, and then they tend to be all over the map, and y'all tend to ask really important questions, so I want to do them justice. I don't want to be too trivial in my responses, but also I can hit the record button, turn the camera off again, and then be like, oh wait, why didn't I say this? Or maybe I should have led him with that. So it's easy to overthink them after the fact and be like, oh, I could have made that video better. So it's just, it's training at being really accepting of what I say, knowing that every answer won't be perfect. And sometimes just being like, oh, there's so many directions I could take this. So great question. How hard is it to know what some questions are actually asking? It's hard to say how many times I've gotten it right or just completely misinterpreted, because I don't often get feedback after the fact, like, hey, that's not what I meant. I remember there was one question about what ideas should we go to war over or something like that. And I took it in kind of a interpersonal situation, but maybe the question was really kind of a political science question, so it can be hard to say sometimes. You've probably seen I try to take things multiple directions. I try to interpret things multiple ways. I'm like, oh, well, if you were going this direction, maybe this, or if you were thinking that, maybe that. But since it's not a dialogue, yes, it can be pretty difficult sometimes to know if I'm really doing the words on the slip of paper justice. What are your favorite kinds of questions? I love all questions equally. That was for you, Mom? No, I really do. I haven't had a question that has bothered me in any way. I would say that I especially appreciate questions that ask about me, like in your experience, or what have you found? And like, okay, I feel really qualified to answer this question, because sometimes I get questions and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that, or, oh, I don't know. Have I given this one enough thought? So yeah, if they draw on my personal experience, then I feel very comfortable and confident to share what I've done with y'all. What's been your most challenging question yet? There have been several good ones. When we were doing the 100th episode, I remember there was a question that was something like, where's the line between overthinking and underthinking, or something like that. I was just like, and I was trying to do that episode in as few words as possible and got totally tripped up. Thought about that one a lot after the fact and just continued to find it very challenging. I think now I kind of come down somewhere like, is the thinking or lack thereof liberating you, or is it imprisoning you in some way? And that might be a category or a way to categorize that one that's helpful, but yeah, that was a tough one indeed. And finally, what has been the most bizarre question so far? I don't know if I found any of the questions particularly bizarre, but I do recall getting asked about parenting a few times. And that's very rare that we non-parents get asked questions about parenting. So those ones definitely surprised me. Like, ooh, somebody wants to hear what I think about this. And of course, those are always really difficult questions as well. So I'm going to go with, the parenting questions. Thank you so much for tuning in for episode 200. Hopefully this was enjoyable. I appreciate you all. Can't wait to see what comes next. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And I can't wait to see you back here in episode 201.